What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your Brewmaster-in-Chief. And tonight in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with some Explorer content. Took a little break, needed a bit of time to continue to try and flesh out my collection. As you can see, my gold is piling up quite significantly, but I still don't know where it would be best employed to flesh out the collection. Fortunately, this brew that I came across on some Facebook group, I wish I could give proper credit, but honestly don't remember the user who posted the deck idea. I just did some filthy net decking, and I just made some adjustments to the mana base and one or two cards in the deck. And it's been popping off. I've been enjoying it. It's kind of hitting the meta perfectly because of a specific card. But anyway, long-winded introduction. Without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. Simic Flash. Such a fun archetype. Like, I've been the most fun I've been having in Explorer has been with Flash for the moment. It's the only stuff that's been getting me wins. I guess it's also because where I had all of the cards in the deck except for a few things in the mana base, so I didn't need to craft anything, and it was ideal. The card I was talking about is Scavenging Ooze. Because of Parhelion and Greasefang being now the de facto best deck in the format, you need that graveyard hate, and this is a way of doing so without having to rely on the unlicensed hearse or some such. I may actually even consider just putting in one hearse or cutting this Epiphany and just sneaking in a hearse. I think that's a great little tweak, just as an additional bit of protection, also coming down on turn 2. But the rest is a pretty simple flash package. We've got plenty of counter spells. We've also got ways of bouncing things with the Petty Theft and Fading Hope, so that if we couldn't counter them the first time they were cast, we can counter them perhaps the following turn. We might have drawn a counter or have the mana open for it. Rewind is of course great in a flash deck. We had it in my last Explorer deck, the Azorius Flash one. Well, my last Explorer video, and it was not my deck either. One day I'll build my own Explorer brews. I'm not quite there yet. But Rewind is great in flash decks because the opponent tends to want to, once they figured out that it's a flash deck, then the strategy, at least when I'm playing against a flash deck, is to force a counter spell at the end of their turn. So, the opponent will be trying to do that to us. They'll cast something that will appear to be must counter, and they'll either have a second copy in their hand or something even more important to their game plan. So then they force you to counter that thing, and they were just throwing that into the, they knew it would happen, and then they they've had you tap down for their turn, and they can finally get through their thing that they wanted to cast. With Rewind, they can try that, you can counter it, but then you untap all the mana that you just spent to counter that spell, and you still can hold up another counter spell for their turn, and you just keep them locked in, or locked out of the game. We've even got a creature that is a counter spell, this Frilled Mystic. It's got Flash, enters the battlefield, and you may counter a target spell. So, I mean, with the Frilled Mystic, that's, 8, 12... 16, whatever, you know what I mean. 4, 8, my god, my math is terrible. 4, 8, 12, 18, 19, 22 counter spells in the deck, okay? Then we've got our Graveyard Hate for the Parhelion and the Nightpack Ambusher as a finisher, which, if you don't remember this card, I had a really sweet Wolf Tribal deck back then, when I used to kind of suck still. But this was a central piece. Your wolves get +1/+1, so the wolves that it poops out will be 3/3s. Of course, it's not legendary, so you can have multiple copies of the Nightpack Ambusher on the battlefield, and they'll buff each other, and it's perfect in a flash deck because you sort of flash it in during the opponent's end step or at the end of their turn, and then you untap, just hold up counter magic. And as long as you don't cast a spell during your turn, you make a 2/2 wolf. And you just keep making these little wolves until you get a big army of them and swing in for the kill. The adjustments I made to the mana base are, you know, I don't like the breeding pool. These shock lands are terrible in my opinion, unless there's like, here's the same example as I made last time. I mean, there's only one card in our entire deck, the Castle Vantress, that cares about having an island in play. And if you have no basic islands, then the only other island is Breeding Pool, because it's a forest and an island. But that's the only card that cares about the land, you know, the land type in the whole deck. So why run Breeding Pools that you have to pay 2 life for it to come into play untapped if you can just play Dreamroot Cascade? So anyway, I don't have a full playset of Breeding Pool. I think I only have 2 or 3, so I went down to 1 just to leave 1 in there. You never know. We might have like Breeding Pool, Castle Vantress in our opening hand or something. But otherwise, I also increased the Kamigawa legendary lands. I went up to a 2nd Boseiju because this kind of counts as a Field of Ruin. And also take out opposing creature lands. And then I put in 1 temple because I like the scry. Just did a little bit of fiddling with the mana from the deck that I snagged off the interwebs. But that's the list. Simic Flash for Explorer. Let's jump into some games. See how the deck performs. The person I snagged it off of was raving about like 80% win rates. And he was sitting in upper mythic, which is why it caught my eye, and I decided to show you guys. Because whenever I see something like that, then I want to bring it to you as quickly as possible, that you can enjoy those high win rates. And so far, I must say, it is really good. Here we go. Not Parhelion, please. Nathan Tankus. Jwari on deck, huh? Sure. Wow. Not the usual colors you'd expect in a Jwari pile. Rampy. Nice. Okay. Is there gonna be white anywhere here? Quite perplexed. I don't know how we're gonna deal with this chariot. We didn't get to counter it on its way down, you know? I guess we have to just throw a Nightpack Ambusher in front of it. You don't want to. Let's give it one more turn, see if we can do anything. It's fine. That's game. Ah, bugger. You would have had to divide by 0 regardless. Always sucks to win game 1, but what can you do? So now the wife is back. Tomorrow I get to be a bit more free with my time in the day, and I can come up with some of my own decks again. I've been really just like unable to spend time at the computer. Greek yogurt. Another ramp deck. Ooh, elementals. Ouchie. I haven't played against elementals yet. Oh, here he is. Of course, we didn't have the counter when we needed it. Now we get it when it's already too late. Okay, thanks. I need more lands. Oh. Need that land to turn on the hole. Then we'll have to bounce the Ashaya to get the win. This is good. Because it is a land. Game. Booyakasha. Nice. Nice. Managing to still scrape into the numbers. I haven't been playing much at all, and I just keep slipping every day. I need to find like a sweet brew that I have a lot of fun with, that I can just play off camera and keep that rank up. I've still been enjoying the Virtuoso deck. Oof. It's so much fun when you get it to go off. It's like, you just need to protect that Virtuoso and the game ends. Any day now. One, two, XO. Let's go. Oh, ooh, ooh. it's even worse. Oh yay. It's the bloody... Guaranteed it's Parhelion. Almost 100% certain at this point. Okay, maybe not. Rakdos vampires. Cool beans. Whew. Oh, Grixis. Oh, that is just worst. Not making that land drop. And no creatures to eat to grow this either. Probably just get removed. Not looking good. That's just terrible. Maybe able to go rewind Ambusher. Whew. Whew. Creeping back into it, maybe. Maybe. It's enough land, thank you. Soon I'm going to start attacking. Okay, so we lose. Alright. Weird match. Oh shit.
I have not survived millennia to stand down now. Make yourself useful.
That's pretty annoying. Vampires seem fun. Ah, the last thing we needed. Put a vampire creature from your hand onto the battlefield. That's how people have been doing those, like, turn 4 Xanders or whatever. What you got? Oh, you've got to be joking.
Grows stronger.
Oh. Oh. Let's see if he... tries to cast the Lord Xander again. Or if he was going to go for the Ritual of Soot and try and get rid of my Scavenging Ooze and the Wolf. You can only do one of the two plays. I'll take that. Cute. Oh baby, that feels good. Back up to 20 life. The ooze is so good. No way, got something crazy. Oh, okay. Phew.
Blood falls to your soul.
Oh. How do you like them apples? Yes! 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 Ooh, that feels good. That feels very, very good. Alright. Pretty good showing. Seeming to draw the counter spells just when I need them. I feel like a little bit of card draw would have been a good idea at some point, but... Long waits. Longish. Corrin. What's going on, brother? Sure. Don't know why, but sure. Nice. Oh, baby. That feels so good. It was a risk I was willing to take. Really? Oh, no. Alright, I'm about ready to scoop already. Okay, let's go. I don't feel like this deck is worth playing against. Like, it's one of those that just drives me insane. It's as if the Righteous Valkyrie deck with Jada isn't, like, bad enough in Standard. In Historic, they got Bishop of Wings, there's the one drop that makes Angels, also the little Speaker of the Heavens, I think it was called, and I mean, it just gets, it's like so much better. And then there's Collected Company You just flood the board with more and more angels. They basically got no interaction. It's just like copies of Fateful Absence or something. We got unlucky that he had it just then. But still, with no flying blockers and stuff, like... It's a terrible matchup. There's not enough counter spells in the world to deal with that many angels hitting the board every turn. I still don't know how I feel about Explorer. I mean, obviously it's insane because there's so many cards to choose from. The brewing possibilities are endless, but then yet somehow it's like the same 4 decks in this format as well, you know? There's always just going to be the stronger decks, and people will gravitate to those. The big debate right now is whether Greasefang Parhelion is better in an Esper shell or a Mardu shell. We played this guy the other day, Gonzalo Lopez. What kind of hands are these? Disgusting. Uh-oh. Nice card to have in the deck. I played this card in my Magecraft brews. It's freaking sick. Enough Scoozes, thank you. Although if there are some Arclight Phoenixes in this deck, then that might be pretty nice. What does this do? Yowza. Definitely don't want the Arcanist. Like the stack. I wonder if we'll ever be able to snag anything with a Jwari at this point in the game. Never know. Ugh. It was also da 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 ba 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 ba. Mm-hmm. Oh, discards the second shredder. It's frustrating as hell. Ay, ay, ay. Oh well. This one doesn't look very good at all, boys. Boys and girls. Oh no. Wow, that's frustrating. I think we're dead. Interesting brew. goodness gracious me. Because we needed a land right there. That was exactly what we needed. What a joke. What's it gonna be? Down to 19 cards. Alright, that's gonna be the game. That's gonna be the game. Wow, those Izzet decks are so annoying to play against. It's one of my least favorite archetypes. But that's it. We've arrived at the 45-minute mark. Unfortunately, that's going to have to be it. We're going to end on a defeat, which I never like doing, but it happens more often than not. Diving back into the deck with my final thoughts. I think it's really good. It's really strong. It's really fun. We didn't really see the Unlicensed Hearse. Might be just better to find another cool, spicy one-off to play instead. But overall, really fun. I like maybe just the one-off Spectral Adversary. How's that? The flash mechanic in Explorer, it seems to be quite strong. I can't remember what my exact win rate is, but I've definitely been winning more than I've been losing with it. And the Screws really helping. I get some people with the Parhelion decks to just scoop it up the first time I sneak one of their Parhelions out the grave. So pretty fun to see that happen when it does. Some nice wins there in the middle. Everything else was performing pretty much exactly as it's supposed to. It's just those situations that, counterspell heavy decks get themselves into where you didn't have the counter for that really important thing that the opponent plays, and then, your only recourse is to try and bounce it. And then usually they put something else down and it just kind of spirals a little bit out of control. But as you saw in some of those matches in the middle there where I was winning, as long as you get those counterspells every turn and you can hold them up, the Ambusher gets out of control, and then you can win like that. The Scavenging Ooze was freaking amazing in that one match. It was against the Vampires. Really, really good. But yeah, that's going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage. Let me know what you think of Explorer content in the comments down below. Don't forget also to, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord community, and leave a like. That's also really helps with the algorithm. I will see you all tomorrow with some of my own fresh brews. And until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.